here's the scoop. So I am going public that there is no law of attraction. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing. It is another religion. That's all it is. It's a self-help approach. It has become a religion. It is fun for those who like it. And it's not fun for those who like it some of the time, but because they're living the law of attraction, they can't admit it because that would be attracting bad stuff. Okay? Bottom line, I'm going to create videos and tools to explain it, to prove it, to put it in perspective, while allowing everybody who wants to believe in it to continue. Okay? I'm not against Christianity. Are you guys against Christianity? Everybody enjoy your Christianity. I love Jesus too. All y'all Buddhists, enjoy your Buddhismness. Whatever you want. You want to be a law of attractionist? I am all for it. However, I'm saying that it doesn't exist for those who want it. My invitation will be, as I've been saying this for the last week or so without even knowing why, how to go beyond the law of attraction. That's going to be the approach that I'm going to use to make it attractive. And once, I did a business seminar. I spoke at a business event with about 700 people a couple of years ago. Now, if I had walked in the room and said, you guys are all infinite, unlimited beings of light, and there's no such thing as business, they would have stoned me, crucified me, thrown me out the door or something. But 20 minutes in, I was able to say that, and I got 100% of the room to raise their hands and say not only they agree, but it's actually the most important concept in business. Had I led with that? No chance. But by setting it up with the theory of constraints and explaining it in a relatively coherent manner, considering me, thank you, baby. It actually worked really well. And this is going to work really well. I mean, man, the millions of people that this is going to help to break free. Okay? Thank you, my dear. So, it's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. I will actually, almost definitely, I don't know what I'm going to say tomorrow on the Money Spell Break. I never do. I will probably actually introduce it tomorrow, and we're probably going to have several hundred, maybe more, brand new people that have never had really any exposure to me before on that event tomorrow. And so I'll just roll out with it. For those of you that are loving the work and sharing it, which I think is almost everybody, thank you for sharing like crazy. Those of you that are affiliates, we're doing everything we can to make sure that you get credited on an affiliate basis for that. Right now, I honestly don't know where we stand. We are dealing with alligators, gremlins, crazy shit, technically, to pull this off. We've had a ton of people already who have won Conscious Creation Program. How about that? That's pretty cool. If it's a conscious, hello. We got a couple of y'all that I'm not going to name right now that are just sharing like maniacs, which I love. Thank you so much. And two people in this group are actually dangerously at risk of winning a private one-on-one session with me. Well, they just identified themselves. And I mean, this is just cool. This is really, really cool. This is really cool. It's grown the audience more and faster than anything we've ever done. So guess what? We just landed on a hook. Number one, attracting money is bullshit. You can't attract fucking money. Hello. If Einstein said, and if he's right, that there's no physical universe, then every approach we have to explain the universe is bullshit. Hello. That ain't exactly rocket science to do the math on that one. And if the universe isn't physical and we begin to understand it's all energy and it's actually all me, then everything here isn't things, it's me. I haven't identified how that's me yet. Therefore, money is a part of me. End of story. I cannot attract it. That's just ridiculous. I apologize almost for ever having said those words myself, but it's what I understood at the moment. Nobody attracting no damn money. Everybody's pretty much repelling it with what they think and believe. But I'm joking with that as well. You're just simply not allowing yourself to have the experience of it. It's there waiting, always, like everything else, like all the love in the universe, waiting every second for you to stop pushing it away by not seeing it, by believing the shit that you think and believe that you know. Hello. Okay, so those of you who are sharing and aren't, please do. Please do more. Rock this thing out. Let's have 5,000 people registered for 500 seats tomorrow. Because the minute that's over, guess what? We're going to have the best affiliate campaign and sharing campaign we've ever had with the replay. That's going to be the most valuable replay probably that we have for any video we've ever done. In the first 30 minutes of it, I'll let you guys in on another secret. Check this out. When I do the first 30 minutes or so, while I'm kind of bringing people up to speed and doing all of that good stuff, teaching, whatever you want to call it, those first 30 minutes are actually going to be broadcast everywhere. It's going to be on YouTube Live. We're going to use Zoom for it, like always. It's going to broadcast to YouTube Live. It's going to broadcast to Facebook Live. I use something called Live Leap that syndicates it to all of my pages. We're going to invite all the people who really dig the work to grab that live at the very beginning and share that in groups all over the place. So those first 30 minutes or so is going to be live everywhere. At the 30-minute mark, we're going to tell them, hey, all right, we're going private now because we're going into the spell break stuff. We're about to turn this feed off. If you want in, click this link, go over. You can do a 20-second registration and actually join us in the private meeting. Man, we might get 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 more people just from that. Okay, it's going to be badass. And with that many people maxing out a 500-seat room, I'll upgrade then to the 1,000-seat room, and then we're going to be maxed out. Just imagine 1,000 people on with us doing them. The energy is going to be off the chain, guys. Okay, one more little piece of information. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? It's not just me, right? That's pretty awesome. Man, this is going to be cool. Again, thank you guys for sharing. I really appreciate it. The next thing is I don't follow all the astrological, zodiacal, whatever you call it, star shit. I mean, it's cool and it's amazing and it's fascinating and there's relevance to it. It's just that like the law of attraction and everything else, it doesn't actually exist. It exists because we believe it exists and because the universe is our body. Well, then I guess maybe the shape of my liver and the timing of the constellations would be related, right? Hello? If the universe is my body, then that's actually a massive truth. It's just that our interpretations of it get skewed. Just like, wait, I think I found that dollar bill on the ground because of the law of attraction. No, you found the dollar on the ground because the fucking dollar was on the ground. In the way you were focused. You had that experience. Well, still, I'm fascinated and blown away by some of the stuff that's happening as far as, the timeline, the Mayan calendar, and some of those reminders, breadcrumbs that we put down so that we could remember that we're the universe. And there is some shit happening on the 21st of this month. Just a few days away. Don't be surprised if you wake up on the 22nd in a totally different universe with things that were here that you didn't like completely gone, whether you even remember they were ever there or not. So imagine waking up in the morning, just imagine you wake up in the morning and suddenly, I don't know, disease is gone out of the world. Only you don't remember disease, so you just simply live in a world where there's no disease. little things like 3-letter government agencies that you don't like. They're just gone. Poof. And you wake up that morning. How cool, right? You willing to allow that possibility into your existence? Me too, baby. All right. Okay, so let me just tune in and see. I know we're going to get into the love thing. All that self-love we've been diving into. Today is the day to take that even further. Somebody made a comment today. Carol, it might have been you. Forgive me if not. Never claimed to have a memory. Somebody posted today, wow, I think today might be the 6th session. And who was that? That was you? Okay. Well, it is, but because I'm so outrageously awesome, I made the first session a bonus. So this is actually the 5th session. Ooh, we got more awesomeness ahead. How about that? Yeah, life is good. I live to where my aim and my intention is every session I ever do is if I left my body between now and the next session with this person, did I give them everything I could give them so that they'll, get everything they came for? And if I could do everything in one session, I actually would. I haven't cracked this time thing yet. I'm still dealing with time. It's really weird. So we are going to go into the next level. Before we do, I just want to tune in for a minute myself. I'm all excited about all this stuff and been dealing with tech issues literally until the minute I pulled the trigger and hit start for this session. So let me just see if there's anything for me to share before we go into the love thing. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So the first thing is I want to invite you to share. Is everyone breathing? Is everyone breathing deeply? Is everyone expanding not only in through the nose and out through the mouth, and not only same duration in as out, really expanding every inhale and expanding every exhale on purpose? Everybody doing that? So listen to me now. Listen to me. I want 7 testimonials at the end of this program. And I want that testimonial to say it's the best damn thing you've done yet. Well, it is if you breathe. If you breathe enough to get everything that's coming through every word and the space between every word and the next word, and every time I look in your eyes, and every time you had a contemplative question, and every word you've written between sessions, if you're breathing enough to allow that all the way down into your snuckle-fruckers, this is the best thing you've ever done. It is. Ain't no doubt in my mind. And I've heard comments from almost all of you outside of the sessions to that effect. Okay? Now, I don't want anybody to do a testimonial that's in any way whatsoever exaggerative or understating, just the truth. Okay? Mainly, though, that's just because I'm a selfish fuck. Those testimonials are important to me. Your investment, though, is the most important thing, even to me. And you getting everything that you paid for, everything you came for, everything you wanted, and more. And listen to me carefully. Of all of the aspects of this program, of everything that we do, if you don't do that breathing with focus, with intensity, with passion, with commitment, you're not getting everything that's available to you here. These lovely people like Diane coming to Hawaii or flying me to them, We sit down to do our 4 days. The first thing I say is, listen, if all we do is master this breathing, this will be the best thing you ever did in your life. Literally, if we breathe like this for 4 days, you're done. Well, then, Brian, why am I paying for all the other shit? Because all the other shit, it goes in if you're fucking breathing. If you sit there and refuse to breathe, I'm bouncing peas off your window. I mean, they're good peas, full of vitamin C, and only heated to 105 degrees to keep all the enzymes intact. But if you ain't breathing, if you don't open your mouth to eat the damn peas, and I dare say that if you do, you talking to me, babe? If you do step 1, which is layer 1, which is breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, you've started. And if you make the duration inhale and exhale the same, you have really started. Except for one thing. If the duration of the inhale is this long, and the duration of the exhale is this long, and you breathe in 2 cubic centimeters of oxygen per breath, well, I'm doing what he said. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Why hasn't my entire life changed beyond my wildest dreams? Baby, move that shit out and move that stuff in.
I thought you were talking to me.
I'm talking to everybody, baby, and I am talking to you. Only you. Who here believes, Tony, it's your first time on with us? I don't know if you've seen any of the replays yet? Okay. You're excluded from this question. I know what your answer would be anyway, because you love me and I love you, and I know you play full out with all of my stuff. I know you do. Listen, putting everybody on the spot here. There is no peer pressure, okay? No such thing. Your honesty is the most important thing after your breath. Okay? Who here would say that this program is worth as much or more than you paid for it if someone plays full out? Who would say that this program is worth as much or more than you paid for it? If you don't, we absolutely got to have a conversation about it. Okay, so let me see. That's nearly 100%. So Carol, talk to me. Come on.
Hold on. We both did it at the same time.
Oh yeah, you're back. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, is it been good? Yeah, but I guess maybe my expectation was unrealistic, but I want to live like you do. That's what I wanted out of this.
Awesome.
I want to know down to the core of my being who I really am. I want to feel it. I want to experience it. And I haven't gotten there yet. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I keep working with this stuff, but it hasn't happened yet. And so I'm just being really honest.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Okay, Rosemary, what is your sincere, genuine? Listen, we got a bunch of women here, okay? There's a truckload of femininity in this room right now. Thank you, Carol. And I receive it. And you and I are still in this conversation, okay? So stay right here with me.
Okay.
I don't know why. I've been feeling drawn to Rosemary since this session started. There's a couple things for me and her to talk about today as well. So I'm pulling you into the fray here, Rosemary, okay? So listen, there's a couple things that women have a tendency to do. Oh, Brian, you're being sexist. No, I'm not. Do you guys have dicks? Any of you guys have dicks? Let's be honest. If you do, I'll delete that part out of the video so that we don't, if you don't want that ever to be seen by anybody, that's okay. Okay. Well, that's sexist. I mean, you guys are comparing yourself. No, No, for God's sake, women are not equal to men and men are not equal to women. We're what we are. And some women are way feminine and some women are pretty damn tough, and some men are just so not tough, and some men are very masculine. It's all wonderful. It's all perfect. Ain't no right or wrong. Ain't no nothing. However, there is a tendency at the same time, there is a tendency in the feminine to more or less kind of sometimes support each other over just speaking the truth. Has anyone ever noticed that other than me, or do you guys lie about other shit? Now this is my peer pressure. Okay, and that's that supportiveness. What a beautiful thing. However, the truth is actually what makes us free. It doesn't set us free. It makes us free. We're free in the truth when we say the truth. Okay, so this whole supportive thing can be very counterproductive to the life that we want to live. All right, Rosemary, would you be willing to express your answer to the same question? So first thing is, I say, is this worth as much or more than you paid? And I believe you were the first person to nod. So what's your response to the same question?
I would say, in terms of the change it's made in my life, that it's worth way beyond what I invested.
Okay, thank you. And with that said, what would you say to anyone? This is not an affront. Ain't nobody arguing with Carol. She just told the truth. Because what did I ask? Is it to you worth it? Okay. So I just want to know, because there's something really powerful here that I'm going to share in a minute. Before I do, I want to sample a little bit here. What would you say to anyone who went through the program and said what Carol just said, so that it's not a personal thing? What would you say? It hasn't happened yet. And, it's just my experience. I'm waiting for this to happen. Hadn't happened yet. Maybe it will. I want more.
Well, my honest response to that would be to keep on doing the work. That I think the reason why it feels so awesome to me is that I've been doing this not every day, but certainly more days than not since January, when I signed up for Conscious Creation for Entrepreneurs. And it just seems as though every day I'm more aware of things that are the old paradigm that I wasn't aware of before. So I was just letting them all in, just like that baby, because I didn't have a filter that said no to anything. It just was received, right? And I'm super conscious of my own things that I'm saying now that show me the beliefs that I've had up until the point that I've said them. I wasn't thinking about those or being conscious of those before either. So how can you change something if you don't know anything, if you don't realize you're doing it, you're thinking it, you believe it, right? So that awareness is amazing. And, there's just so many different tools to use. I started yesterday to do the right eye meditation. And so that's something that I didn't know about before that I can do now. The breathing, because, certainly whenever I'm doing anything related to any of your things, I'm doing the breathing and I'm remembering to do it more and more. And it is really freeing. I can feel it in my body, that, nervous tension in my stomach I didn't even know was there. Yeah. When it's gone, I can feel, okay, wow, there's peace inside.
That's it. Allow me to interrupt. That nervous tension that I didn't even know was there. Okay. Again, now we're on sensitive ground here, and I'm being more gentle than I normally am. If you and I were alone, Carol, I would be nowhere near this gentle. I would grab you by the throat. Wouldn't I, Diane? Okay. So now I would like for you to notice, because there is nothing wrong with you, and you have done nothing wrong, and you are no more fucked up or broken or anything than anybody else in this group. And when I asked the question, there was 100% yes, except for you. And here's what's so awesome. It's the opportunity for you to get today what you hadn't gotten. Because here's the magic. if there's all of us in this group, and if one person said it was worth more than I paid, somebody here, I don't remember who it was, at the end of the first session said, I got my fucking money's worth. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
That was the shit right there. I think it was Rosemary. Like first session. Oh hell. Maybe Renita too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be in error here. If anyone got more than their money's worth, then it was here to get.
I get that.
That's the crucial part. So now, if I were you, Carol, here would be my question. What exactly might I do, or what might I focus on, or what might I emphasize a little bit more that would make that difference? Because it's here today. It's here today. I would bet you $1 billion, trillion, schmackafrillion, salted, dried, hulled pistachios. Right here and now. That if you go back and watch the first 2 sessions, breathing at 100% of what I've been sharing with you, I bet you right now. And then I ask you directly, did you get more equal to what you paid for or more? You would say yes. Now that's my gamble. I fucking love pistachios. I'm just teasing. I don't want to give a shit about pistachios. But anyway, it was fun to say. So here's the thing. I will promise you right now, and I don't do this bold. I'm bold as hell, but I don't do this kind of bold shit very often. You ain't been breathing consistently. There's no trying. There is no trying.
I mean, when I remember, I'm trying to remember more often.
All right. Do you have an hourly reminder on your phone?
No. Well, I might. I haven't used one.
Then you're not trying as much as you could.
Okay. Fair enough.
Breathe with me, honey. Breathe with me. I'm not coming down on you. I am not correcting you. I want you to good. I'm just making sure.
Brian, I want to get this. If you have to grab me by the throat, do it.
All right.
I get this.
Okay. So then are you sure?
I am totally sure.
Okay, then Carol, stop fucking around.
Okay.
And start fucking breathing. Set a reminder on your fucking phone. If you don't mind, Diane, would you grab your phone, please? Breathe, everybody. Yes.
This is never mind. I'll just tell you. It's about the lunch. Ask a question.
Yes, you may. Excuse me a second, guys.
The email that went out that said like you must know the one.
Is it something you need to tell someone else?
No, I just wanted to make sure the registration goes to the main landing page. It doesn't go to Zoom.
I have no idea. That's a Wayne.
Did you want it to go to Zoom, or did you want it to go to the main registration page?
It depends on who they are.
You send it to the whole entire list.
And it went to the Zoom registration page?
No, it went to the primary one.
Good.
So they're not going to get to the whole point.
No. That. Wait a minute. The one that went to the entire list. I apologize and forgive me and thank you for the grace. Like I said, we're in this launch and there's several technical things. Some of them super urgent. Thank you.
The one in the email you sent takes them to the landing page for the event proper.
Tell me who you got to. I need to know what the context is. Who are these people? It went to everyone
on our list, but I thought we just wanted to send them to Zoom.
No, they actually do need to go through the registration process. Since that was to start the registration process, they need to actually go through the whole friggin' thing. We'll separately send to only the people that are already in, and they'll only go to the immediate Zoom page.
Okay, this was the email, just so you know. That's where it's going to. You wanted it.
Yeah, we just got to. There were too many holes in it. So in order to catch everybody and not have anybody miss out, that was the only way to do it.
Okay, because when I see this, it's not telling me there's going to be a second registration. This is the first.
When they land on the page, it does.
Okay.
You with me? When they land on the page, we modified all the pages this morning.
Bypass that and go straight.
Nope. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Davey. All right. All right. So you can go ahead and bring up your app and get ready, Diane. All right. Rosemary's back. All right. So I'm pretty sure. Now you said I could grab you by the neck, so I'll be a little more. I'm still feeling. I have my velvet gloves on. I'm taking them off and putting on the steel ones. Okay. On the first session, did I do anything to emphasize the importance of breathing? I'm just checking in now. Did I?
Yes.
I need hands, guys. Okay. No nodding will be okay as long as it's a big nod. Just don't do the. Okay. So all right, big nod. On the second session, did I emphasize the importance of breathing? Was there ever any time during this program when I said, listen, guys, this is the most important thing. You have to do this. Set reminders. Do what's necessary. Okay? I did. Okay, just making sure. Carol. So here's the thing. One of the things that I emphasize over and over and over is the value of a reminder, because otherwise someone's going to say to me, I didn't get 100% of everything. Or they're going to tell me, I'm trying. And they're going to look really cute when they say it so that I don't grab them by the fucking neck. I'm trying. Bullshit. Ain't no trying.
Okay.
No trying. Okay. So, Diane, would you please demonstrate? I'm gonna turn my audio off so that I don't echo. And I'm going to unmute you. And I just want to show you what I have people do when they're here. And I recommend to everyone to do this as well when they're not here. Okay, so if you show it up, bring it up to the camera. All right, can you make that lovely sound one time?
Give me a moment here.
Listen to this.
It's not automatic. So, active time.
So I'm putting her on the spot, and I'm having her do something that it doesn't automatically do. So she's actually having to go into the app. I think there's a way she can trigger the sound and like sample the sound.
I'm gonna go.
You know what else you can do? You just turn the sound on so that it happens for the rest of the webinar too. That'll be awesome too. All right, get ready. I think we might need to get this level. You hear that? Oh, do it again. Do it again. Thank you, Diane. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute myself. All right, so check this out. That app, readily available on Android and iPhone for your listening convenience, allows you to set a lovely Zen-ish kind of meditation-y belly sound of different types. If you wanted, you could even do something more like this. It's really up to you. You could have it say, breathe, fuckwad, in your own voice. On Android, you can do that, okay? What I did for about 1.5 years was I set an audio of my voice saying, check your power, presence, and posture. Take a deep breath and act on this reminder now. And that was for my calendar, that was the notification sound. Boy, I looked fucking weird in restaurants. Okay? The hell? For a while, I had it as my ringtone. Before I would answer the call. Pause, breathe, check your presence and your posture, and then answer this phone call. Now, wait a minute. You really want to live this shit? You really want to know it in your deepest fucking being? When you're in a world that you've designed to remind you that you're a limited piece of shit 473,000 times a day? Well, I'm trying. Listen, do we all love Carol? Okay, you don't need to unmute. Just join me on a 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ain't no fucking trying going on here. Love you, baby. You set that reminder. And you have it go from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. Breathe. And when you do it, you fucking do it. Ain't no absent. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to. Okay, now I'm back to my shit. No. So let us review one time. Now listen, I'm okay if this breathing takes the whole session. Some of you guys might be like, well, we're doing a remedial for Carol because just chill out because she's me and she's you. And we have another session. Okay? Listen to me. You want to 10x the results that you've gotten in this program so far? How would you like to today 10x your results from the entire program? Well, I don't know, Brian. I've already been playing full out. Thank you, Diane. I'm with you. Okay. Here's what you do. Fucking breathe, for God's sake. Breathe like you fucking mean it. Breathe like you're alive. You will be as alive as you breathe. You will be as alive as you breathe. Now I got an idea for. I'd like for you. Who likes to be constipated? Okay, we're getting deep now. I have been constipated once in my life. If you have been constipated more than once, you probably should see a psychologist. Because if you didn't learn that you don't want to be constipated after one time, I wonder about your, uprightness and sanity. One time constipated. No, never again. No, that's not fun. I am hammering this point here, okay? Do not ever, as I found out somewhere in the middle of my 14th year of life, do not ever eat half a jar of dry roasted peanuts on an empty stomach. Don't do that shit, because you won't be able to do that shit. I just tickled myself, I swear. Okay, don't do that. And if you do it once, don't do it again, for God's sake. But here's what I'd like you to do. I would like for you to go have this new experimental surgery that turns off all digestive juices. All of them. It just turns all your digestive juices completely off. And then I want you to continue eating. And don't drink any water at all. And just see what happens over the next day or two. I'm just kidding. There's no such surgery that I know of, but knowing the AMA and the FDA, it wouldn't surprise me if someone came up with it. Have digestive issues? Try new Stop Digestol. May cause death. But anyway, think about stopping all digestive juice production. You just eat and it just stays there. And you keep eating. How's that going to work? Not. When you don't breathe, that's exactly what you're doing. How are you going to digest any fucking emotions whatsoever that are happening in the moment, let alone all the frozen stuck ones inside of your body? The real benefit, although I've never claimed it in any of my marketing materials, the real benefit of level 5 and conscious creation and Freedom 7 should be end emotional constipation. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Please.
I think you're absolutely right, because breathing is one of my most difficult things.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I love you so much. Don't you ever fucking do that to yourself again. We have a no self-rape rule in this group, okay? So you're not breathing right now. Start breathing, please. Did anyone see that besides me? On the replay, back up a few seconds. Yes. All right, my volume's maxed out. All right, so breathe. Now, there are no more beautiful words in my ears than my favorite. You are right, Brian. There's nothing touches me like those 4 magical words. I don't even mind when people contract them down into 3. Brian, you're right. I'm all good with that. Okay. Love that. And now let's get beyond my moment of glory. No, let's not. Let's linger here for just a moment. Okay. Let's actually move beyond this. Okay. I was right. I can't do brain surgery worth of shit. Don't let me touch your plumbing. Well, Davey, you can, but that's a whole different story in a poetically linguistic thing. Incorrigible, I know. I ain't too good at the whole calculating the velocity of rockets in zero gravity shit either. But when it comes to transforming your life, I'm way up there. So I'm not wondering if this shit works. I am not wondering if this shit works at all. I know, oh, well, I'm going to meet that person it doesn't work for. No, I'm going to meet the person that won't fucking breathe. Okay? Love you, Carol. Let that emotion start to go. You're still holding it in, baby. Just let it start to move. You were scared to death that this program would fucking work. Yeah, breathe. Fuck up your makeup, please. Just let it go. It's all good. Let it go. Let it go. Breathe. That's why we're here. You're me and I'm you. Rosemary, Renita, we all know that you're us. And you're the part of us that was resisting the whole fucking time. Every video, when you watch the replay, you're going to see one frame in all the little squares. There's one that looks like this. Little bit more frozen than the others. And that's okay. There's nothing in the world wrong with it. Nothing in the world wrong with you. Everybody here was a little bit scared that they were going to break through. You just were a little bit more so than others, because who would I be? I've been miserable for so fucking long. I mean, I kind of like the idea of being free, but I don't know who I'd be. So I think, like, let me hold on to this a little bit. Breathe. Would you just let those tears go and just let the whole, yeah, thank you. Just let it all go. Let it all go. Thank you. Let it go. That's what did you get that turd out, baby? No more emotionalconstipation.com. That's my new thing. Yeah. And breathe. Now, to let that actually exit and be done, actually make huge inhales and let yourself cry on the exhale. It's weird to breathe when we're crying. I mean, we've practiced for 30, 40, 50 years, most of us, how to not actually let that emotion out. We cry like this. We start to let it out, and we go, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and shit never gets out. So just huge inhales. Let it out on the exhale. Let all those waves just travel right out, and all the chains that were holding that little girl are dissolving with every exhale. Why doesn't anything ever work for me, she says. Works for everybody else. Oh, we love that little girl, don't we? Oh, come here, baby. We just give her the biggest hug ever. I understand. Yeah. And I bought all those other courses that said they were going to work and they didn't work. So I know nothing's going to work for me. It's just, this is just my lot. This is just how it is for me. Nothing works. And even the people that I trust, even Brian, I knew he was going to turn out to be a fucking fake too. Yeah. Everybody's sending you just a river of love. Ain't nobody judging you. Nobody's thinking anything to you other than gratitude for finally helping us all take the ultimate shit together. Letting those emotions just, yeah. Everybody check in and see if you can feel letting go. And if you're not, you breathe deeper too. I feel it. Huge inhales, huge inhales. Let a little bit of sound out on that exhale. It's actually okay to cry no matter what they told you. I want to hear those exhales. It's a combination of moaning out your misery and having just had the best orgasm of your life. I'm doing it loud. Nobody can hear you. Fucking do it. That's it. Everybody do it too. If someone's in the house going to hear you. Just when they come around the corner, touch yourself so it looks real. Incorrigible. I should not be laughing in such a serious moment. Okay. Breathe big. Who's going to compile the bloopers at the end of this? I don't hear you. Push out more air on that exhale. You're not letting it out. Push till you're about to puke. If you do vomit, please aim away from the webcam. That would be just gross. Yeah. Oh, biggest breaths you've taken in the last 6 or 7 weeks. Keep doing that. This one's not going to work either. I'm going to spend my money like I always do and be even more of an idiot when I'm done. Everybody get 10 times more out of the program than you have for today. And we'll all thank Carol when we're done. Breathe like you ain't never breathed before. While we're all being human here, has anyone ever noticed when you really, really, really got to take a crap when you're done? Better. Anyone ever noticed that? Anyone ever noticed that? Don't lie. Missed that on it. I'll tell you what. The value of a really good dump. Get everything out. You know, when that crap stays in you for a while, you start to get toxic. You know about that? Yeah. So respiration is to emotional elimination as water is to digestive elimination. Keep going. You're doing great, Carol. Let it all out. Now, where are you feeling the strongest sensation in your body right now?
Oh, my back.
Okay, so go in there. Just close your eyes and go inside of your back now. Go inside and feel it. And you're going to feel that there's one place there that's really clear and really intense. You could say sharp, or you could say like focused, like the hot center of the rest of that sensation. You feel that? Now don't keep breathing. Feel that physical sensation and go right down inside of it. There won't be any pressure on you at the end of the session to say, okay, now I finally did get my, this ain't about that. This is about you getting that done. You got it? Okay. Feel that physical sensation with everything you got now. Everyone come to 100% presence on this and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You don't know what miracle is waiting for you right this freaking hot minute. You have no idea. Tony, Renita, you guys have no idea. Mary Lou, you have no idea. Andrea, you have no idea. We are in the doorway of our infinite being every second. Every septeenth of a second is an opportunity to remake the entire universe. And here we are with our fucking baby step bullshit. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with baby steps unless you want to step into the life of your dreams. Okay? So breathe like you ain't never breathed before. Close your eyes. Go inside of your body, please. Close your eyes, please. Go inside of your body now. Feel wherever the sensation is the strongest. I don't care if it feels good. It doesn't matter. Wherever the sensation is the strongest, go inside of that physical sensation and feel it with everything you have. If there was a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old in front of you that was in severe pain and terror right now, what kind of attention would you give to her or him? The most important 1-year-old in your life, grandchild or whatever, doesn't matter. And they were in extreme pain and extreme terror right now. What kind of attention would you give to them? And how much of your attention would you give? I want you to give that much attention to that physical sensation. Go straight down inside of it and feel it with every bit of your awareness, and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make the duration of inhale and exhale the same. Now smooth out any pauses or any gaps or any wrinkles. Don't pause at the top or the bottom. Just make it smooth. And now increase that capacity so that you're breathing in a little bit more with each inhale. Feel that. And then breathe out a little bit more than usual with every exhale. Get it out. And then at the bottom, breathe in. And now keep it smooth. It's easy as you start to expand the inhale and exhale. It's easy to get a little bit stuttery or get back to the speed bumps or whatever. Don't let that happen. Beautiful yawn, Rosemary. Get that shit out. Don't let that happen. Move. Now keep that breathing going. And remember that quote. It was by one of the great poets. He said, that my only tormentor all along was that part of me left over from yesterday. Eyes closed, deep breathing. Get everything you're here for. You already know this is the moment of transformation. Play full out. The poet said, and I awakened to find that my only tormentor all along was that part of me left over from yesterday. He might have said, I awakened to find out that my only constipation was that turd left over from yesterday. He might have said, and I awakened to find that the only issue I ever had, the only thing that was ever messing with me, was all the shit that I thought, that I believed, that I knew. And therefore, if I would let that go, nowhere to get rid of it, not a bad thing to get rid of or anything like that. If I would just let it go and let the chains dissolve and let that little inner one who's stuck in the dark, let them reintegrate with me, then all of the knowledge, information, and wisdom and creativity and everything else would return to me, and I now have my resources to move through everything as it comes. And if I breathe adequately to digest it, breathe so deep now. If I don't have adequate water and digestive juices, I'm not going to digest my meal. It's just not going to happen. And it's a matter of a few meals before I am in agony. And yet we've gone a lifetime without digesting those emotions that are clogging every chakra, every organ, every system, propping ourselves up to change things when we don't have 0.1% of our resources available to effect change. And the funny thing is, we actually don't have any problems to solve. We just let go of the problem that we were holding by stepping into the energetic state where we don't have problems. The problems literally dissolve away because that's just what they do. We cannot move to that state of awareness until we start breathing. I'm sorry. Are you breathing? Are you breathing like you mean it? Are you expanding the inhale and the exhale? And are you feeling that physical sensation in your body? And are you noticing, Carol, are you noticing that it's diminishing? It's actually the intensity of that physical sensation is going down. Brian, how did you know that? Doesn't matter. Feel that physical sensation diminishing. Now, memories may come and go. Emotions may arise. And you're focused on that physical sensation. That's what matters. And as you focus on that physical sensation, you're aiming the love of your infinite being. Awareness is love. Love is awareness. Awareness is love. Love is awareness. You're aiming your infinite love and attention into that physical sensation that you've been avoiding for your entire fucking life, trying to see that it wasn't there, trying not to see it, trying not to feel it, telling it that it was bad. What you didn't know was that that physical sensation is a little girl inside of you saying, help! Help! Can't you hear me? And eventually she gets to the point where she says, I will kill you if that's what it takes to get you to hear me. And she can. You know, all this talk, everybody, this next few minutes out of my mouth might be the most valuable of the entire program. And boy, there's been some amazing stuff. This is coming through now for the first time ever. I see it. I feel it. Keep breathing. You are inside feeling your physical sensation. My words are rain on the front porch. You hear it and you have the opportunity to hear it and consider it. You're just inside and safe. You're still focused on the physical sensation. In the spiritual world, people talk about the tap that turns into a knock that ends up turning into a 2x4. Everybody's heard of it, yeah? Everybody's heard of it. Okay. Nobody knows what it is. Everybody's talking about it. When you understand what it is, it can change everything. The tap is your inner child saying, excuse me, I'm still frozen back here at 1.5 years old. Terrified, and I would really appreciate if you would turn around here, remember me, hug me, scoop me back up in your arms, and bring me into the present. And here's the good news. If you do, all the memories that I hold and all the creativity and knowledge and wisdom and genius that I have will be yours again. If you don't, you will not have the resources that you need to cope with the things on the topic that I hold. That little child who in the moment of trauma could be getting kicked across the room by your daddy who you loved and trusted, or it could be that your mommy frowned at you during a moment that you were happy, because there's no big or little to a 1 or 2 or 3-year-old. Trauma is trauma is trauma is trauma. And in that moment of trauma, that little girl went, and she breathed in an inhale that she has never exhaled until today. And in that moment that she breathed in and froze, in that moment that she did, her fear, her sadness, her anger, and her pain, and that inhale all got frozen. And you have moved forward 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years in life with her still back there in the fucking dark, scared to death and sad. And she's been there the whole time by herself. And she taps on your shoulder. Excuse me. In this case, she's tapping on your back. Excuse me. And when you don't hear the tap, and especially when you grab a glass of wine to ignore the tap, or you turn on the TV to ignore the tap. I'm not knocking wine, not criticizing TV. They didn't do it. When you grab them, or sex, or a joint, or National fucking Enquirer, when you grab whatever it is that you grab to avoid feeling that tap, you tell her that she's bad, that you don't want her, and you don't give a shit. And that's what she's already feeling. And she begins to become, as the decades roll by, she gets more and more desperate. So she taps harder and harder and harder. And she will kill you if necessary. Not trying to kill you, doesn't even know she's killing you. She hijacks your mind and your mouth and your behaviors every time that topic is ever triggered, and you do crazy shit, and you don't know why. You do things like refusing to set a fucking reminder to breathe. After investing significant money in a program. Now she's convinced that that's how life is. And she's doing everything she can to prove it to herself. But she does, that's not what she wants. You haven't shown her a different way. She's tapping on you for you to turn around, get down on your knees, look in her eyes and say, hey, baby, it's fine. You're actually here now. You're me. You made it through. Come here. Let me give you a hug. I love you so much for being there. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of me. I am so sorry I left you there in the dark. I had no idea. It wasn't intentional, so please forgive me. And there you have Ho'oponopono in 42 seconds. All of it. I love you so much, my little sweetheart. Thank you for being a part of me. Thank you that you're there. I had no idea. Thank you for all the memories that you hold and all the resources that you are. I am so sorry I left you. Like, I had no idea. You looked, I didn't know. And now that I know, I'm here. So please forgive me. Let's release this loop right now. Let's get back to the love again. I love you so much. So feel that physical sensation with all of your awareness, which is love. Feel that physical sensation with all of your awareness, which is love. So give it all of your love. In other words, tune all of your awareness, all of your attention into that physical sensation. Now, there's no going back to normal after this. You can go forward into whatever you want. There's no going back to normal. So keep that breath up. So, Carol, if that physical, stay with the breathing, no distractions here. If that physical sensation was at 100% when it began, when you first felt the physical sensation, ooh, that's 100%. If that was 100, what percentage of intensity is it at now?
25.
25. So notice your voice now. Softer, and let it be even softer. You're embracing a 1 or 2 year old right now. Or maybe you're embracing a harem of them. A whole bunch of mini-me's that have been in so much pain and so much sadness. And you're not the only one right now. Just so you know, you're not the only one right now that's having major, major, major movement. Let that sound out. Don't hold that shit in. Do not hold that in. Let it all come out. And if you will, move it to lower frequencies. Actually, let it out. It's not a balloon squealing. It's let that shit out. And let the inhale be huge and let everything else ride out on the understand that old physical stuff is coming out of your body. if you promise to stay 100% physically focused, I'm talking to everybody, and I'm only talking to you. Promise to stay physically focused, I'll tell you a helpful story. Is that a nod if you promise to stay physically focused? Okay, I'm going to tell my story now. You stay 100% physically focused. A couple of years ago, I did an ayahuasca ceremony. Anyone have any familiarity with ayahuasca? If you raise your hand. Okay, if you don't, let me tell you this. Now, I want to be very careful, very attentive. You promised to stay physically focused. I want you to do it. Ayahuasca is a plant. There's a ceremony that's been done in Central and South America. And the ceremony revolves around the use of these two plants. Ayahuasca is one of the plants. They make this brew that produces, among other things, DMT, which is the exact same DMT that's produced in the brain. And apparently through the use of fluoride and many other things, television and other things, it doesn't work near as well. The whole chemical factory doesn't make as much DMT as it used to. And so people go into the jungle. They do these ceremonies. Keep breathing. They do these ceremonies. And it's known as the vomit. That's one of the names of the ceremony, is known as the vomit, because not long after you drink the brew, this is administered by, when it's done intelligently, let us say, it's led by a shaman, a genuine plant-connected, wise, awakened one. Okay? There's some people doing it recreationally. I say, are you out of your fucking mind? Because if you're not, you probably will be. I don't and wouldn't ever advocate using it recreationally. It's a huge ceremony and an incredibly powerful plant. And the theory, and I must say, I agree. If this is weird to you, keep breathing. Breathe even deeper. The theory is that this plant is a very significant aspect of our evolution. That plant creates the exact identical, indistinguishable from what our brain produces, DMT. Identical. Now, if you were to trace our ancestry back far enough, tie all the umbilical cords back together, and look, we turn into a vine. And we apparently at one point branched off from the plant, speaking in our physicality here. And so the ayahuasca vine is known to many as the mother vine, the mother plant, grandmother. There's different angles of it. And she is a conscious living being that helps us to heal. And I could go on. There's these few basics I want to give. Keep breathing now. Feel that physical sensation. Stay totally physically focused, as you said you would. Totally physically focused. And the quieter it gets, Carol, the more it diminishes down towards zero, the quieter you get, so that you can totally merge with it. Totally merging with that girl, totally dissolving all the chains that held her back there, and rising into your full being. When the idea is that this grandmother actually heals us in multiple generations simultaneously. I experienced it, and I can say it was one of the most profound, beyond description experiences that I've ever had. And one of the things that happens is whenever you do vomit, the stuff that comes out isn't just the physical toxins from your liver and your gallbladder and all that stuff. Ayahuasca apparently has this inexplicable ability to convert, let's just say, for lack of a better word, don't get stuck on it, keep breathing, stay physically focused, psychic, astral, etheric, emotional stuff out of the non-physical aspects of your cells and organs and tissues as much as the physical, And here's what happened for me. When I met with the shaman, he looked in my eyes and said, oh, you, okay, I know you. How the hell are you still alive? All right, I'm going to make a wild guess. You probably want to go all the way, don't you? And I said, yep. And he said, everybody else here is probably going to puke within the first 10 or 15 minutes. Don't allow yourself to puke. Do not allow yourself to puke. He said, you're probably going to be able to get through the first entire dose. You do a dose, you go about 3 hours, you start to come out of it. Those who dare go for a second dose. He said, you're probably going to vomit on the second dose. Don't let yourself, no matter what happens, don't let it happen on the first dose. Now, we went all day without food, so there was nothing in our systems. You get a little bucket. You sit on your cot. You go up and get your dose. You go back to your cot with your bucket. The next morning, in my bucket was pure water and hard black powder. I have no fucking idea. Now, I almost regret now that I didn't put that in something and take it to be analyzed later. What the fuck is that? Keep breathing. Feel that physical sensation. Stay totally physically focused. Here's what I'm telling you. We release way more toxins through our skin and our breath than we do through our crap and our piss. Way more. The tear ducts are channels for releasing the most deadly toxins from the brain as efficiently as possible, straight out through the nearest portal, the eyeballs. Well, the tear ducts. Crying, good. Crying is good. You ever notice sometimes after a cry, you feel the best you felt in a long time? Them toxins have been building up for a long time. Mental emotions, physical toxins, emotional toxins. We don't know shit about that shit. If you're not breathing enough, if you're not injecting enough digestive juices in your stomach and consuming enough water, you are not going to digest your food. I'm sorry. If you're not breathing enough, you are not going to digest your life and your emotions. I'm sorry. And if you chronically don't, you, like many others, suffer from chronic emotional constipation. Ask your doctor. No, that would be a waste of time with most doctors. Now, Carol, if that was at 100%, stay physically focused. If the physical sensations intensity was at 100% when it started, where is it now?
It's gone.
All right. And you're here. Now just let that continue to flow out. Yeah. Now, whatever that is, just let it go. Isn't it a beautiful thing to cry and have no fucking idea what it's about? You literally know you're in the advanced spiritual reality. Love you, Mary Lee. You know that you're in the advanced spiritual reality when you find yourself having really nice big cries and you have no fucking idea what it's about.
I'm crying because it's gone.
Huh?
I'm crying because it's gone.
Oh, you have no idea why you're crying. No offense. You have no idea why you're crying. Don't tell yourself that you do. You have no idea why you're crying right now. You might be crying because I accept the possibility, but you have no idea. Don't let yourself think you do. Here's what I know. Something is being given an opportunity to exit right now. That's what I know. That's the only thing I really know. And I know you're going to be even awesomer in your happiness and joy and your ability to create the life that you want. You're going to go into life situations and topics that have been totally constricted, and you would say that's an upsetting circumstance, and it's not going to be upsetting because it never was. You were carrying that in you, it wasn't in the situation, it was in you. And there's a bunch of shit that was in you for a long, long time that ain't there no more. So keep breathing. Where do you live, Carol? What part of the world?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. All right. Anybody live near Pennsylvania? Anybody? Who's closest to Pennsylvania? Where are you, Rosemary?
Windsor, Ontario. It's only a few hours away.
Few hours. Okay, I would like to invite you. Now I know why I felt to call on you. If we find out that I'm going to be watching through her webcam and her phone camera, I'm going to be watching. If we find out that she did not install a breath reminder, would you be willing to drive down there and kick her ass? Okay. Carol, do you prefer spanking or punches? What? I don't know. Everybody has their different way. Okay, breathe, Carol. We ain't done. Scan through your back now and see how you feel there. And let's see if it's 100% gone. Is that gone? All right.
Yeah.
Now, we don't need to know. Do you have any idea what you perceived that sadness and that physical sense? Okay, no problem. No problem. So let's see. We were talking about you not getting your transformation, and you were talking about how I was talking about how it works for everybody else, but it doesn't work for you. And that definitely touched some buttons, didn't it? Okay. Isn't that weird how I do that shit? What the hell, man? They just tell me what to say, and they're me, so it's all good. So it works for everybody else, not going to work for me. I'm going to be disappointed again, and not only that, I'll look like a fucking idiot to all the people that I've told this one's going to be the one that works. Last part, no. Okay. So think about all those thoughts that were so upsetting and see how you feel about them now. Not going to work for me. Those things don't work for me. They work for everybody else, but I'm probably too fucked up for it to actually help. I'm probably too far gone. So when you think about that and you feel all that, what do you feel now?
Different. I don't feel that way.
Different. How long you been feeling that old thing?
Forever.
Forever. And now really comb around. Let's make sure that it's actually changed and gone. I want you to let's really dive in. Can you bring up any of it? Is it really gone?
I want to say yes.
All right. But
I guess there's still some fear that maybe it's not.
so bring that fear up. Maybe it's not. And what if it's not? What if it's not? What if it's not really gone? I mean, I thought things were gone before, and I kind of hoped. And, I went to that seminar, and we jumped up and down for 3 hours, and I said my affirmation 472 times, and I was sure that it was going to be different, but I got home, and it was the same fucking shit. So feel that fear and give it a place. Let yourself really feel it. And that disappointment again. When you feel that fear as much as you can, when you think those thoughts, where do you feel the strongest sensation in your body?
My chest.
Feel that. Go inside it. Oh, yeah, right there. Feel that. Oh, breathe so deep and feel that physical sensation. I feel it too. Ay, 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 ay. You're doing great on the breathing. Just keep it smooth. You're getting a lot of support right now, Carol. Whether you know it or not. Great. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Same duration, in as out. Smoothing out the speed bumps. No stops, gaps, or pauses. Now let some sound out with those exhales. Let that grief out. Let that sadness out. You don't need it. Go into that physical sensation right in the center of it. And feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Be inside of it. Be one with it until it's the only thing that is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh, man. This is so awesome. And this is everybody. This is 100% everybody. Everybody go inside and breathe the most presently you have ever breathed since we started this dance together. Today, we 10x the whole thing. If that physical sensation in your chest was at 100% when we started, Carol, where is it now?
It's gone.
It's gone. Your body learned from that first. Was like, whoa, holy shit. Okay. Now, you're basically just an idiot fucking loser, and you're so fucked up nothing works for you. No matter what you do. Everybody works for everybody else. It always works for everybody else, and you're the one left holding shit. That's just how it is. Right?
Nope.
Nope. You've been in charge the whole time, haven't you? You were getting exactly what you came for. Which up until this moment was more frustration of the same type. That's what you were here for. You should pay extra. I over-delivered for you.
Oh, wow.
This frustration is what you were moving your way toward so that all of this could come out. Now, while we're having our lovely shit analogy here today, you know, you normally don't crap till you got to crap. You ever notice that? You know, if you were to like not eat for 40 days and then you ate and then ran to the commode, it wouldn't do much. It's got to get through. It's got to build up into enough to get out. Well, I would say you had built up enough by today to actually get it out. I mean, you could have sat there and grunted before today and probably not got anywhere. I know I'm not supposed to say that stuff. I know. Why I do. Feel your guts. I want you to notice. Go right in your guts. And I want you to feel how your entire digestive system, your intestines, all the connective tissues are actually like almost like jello moving in super slow motion, like settling back into place. That shit's been so tight, honey. It's a wonder you ain't had to have surgery. And eventually you might have. I always like to say, it might not have showed up on the x-rays yet, but it was close. And you knew it too. Yeah, let that go. Breathe so deep. But will this really work? I mean, now I've released all this, but I've cried before. How do I know this time it's going to really work? Let yourself feel it all. Think it all. I mean, how many times, how many seminars that I was sure this is the one, I'm going to be free. Only to get home to the same shit. So what's different? What's different now, Carol?
I feel different.
Ooh.
I thought I was breathing deep before.
But?
What? It wasn't.
Not like this.
No.
Yeah. Well, honey, you're at the right on, just a few inches below your diaphragm was a fucking 10-pound brick. Feel what's there now. You know, your body said, why put a reminder in your phone? You're not going to get anywhere. Every inhale, that diaphragm went down and hit that brick. Like, fuck, I am wasting my time here. How about now? Ooh, it's like pudding down there. Oh, yeah. That's a good shit right there. Padapsh. I didn't even know what a great joke that was till 3 seconds after I said it. You guys will get it in a minute. Don't worry. Hey, you know what? I'm going to incorporate that into every webinar I ever do from now on. Right at the end of the spell break, I'm going to hit the flush sound. Hell yeah. So keep breathing. Is it different? Are you different? Oh, just keep going. Keep going. Get the last remnants out. Oh, yeah. You know, we get all weird about poop as adults, but anybody ever have a baby? You better get over your poop weirdness quick, because that little joker is not going to stop shitting. Daily, multiple times a day. One of the comedians, I think it was Bill Cosby, and don't let that trigger anything in you. I think it was Bill Cosby. He's talking about the first time your baby pooped, you go, oh, ooh, the baby poo. Oh, he pooed. Look at the first poo. Take a picture. Hold it up like the Facebook goes, first poo. Oh, it's so adorable. It's so beautiful. Somewhere around the 30th or 40th, it's like, God, yeah, you. Yeah, emotional poo. Here we go. Now, check in your body and see where you feel the strongest sensation. Don't stop breathing to feel it. Thank you. So where is it, Carol? Where's the strongest sensation right now, or did it leave as quick as it came up?
I don't feel any strong.
All right. You guys hear that voice? Who in the hell is that? That's the real Carol. I don't know who that hard shell that was that's been sitting here with us for the last few weeks scowling at me. But you were tactful. You scowled under your smile. I like Brian, but his shit's not going to work either. Ooh, look at that smile. I ain't seen that smile on her face yet. I saw that old plastic one that she mastered. Haven't seen that one before. Ooh, look at her eyes softening. Face shape is changing. All that I gotta be hard and scowl to be accepted. I'm going to come up with something better. Right now I'm going to call, whenever I have anyone in the program, I'm going to just call that accountant face. I don't know exactly what it is, but I have to deal with fucking numbers all day. Oh, spiritual accountant face. I have to deal with numbers all fucking day, but I'm supposed to be happy. It's okay. I'm having fun. Screw y'all. This is for me. Carol, what's different?
Pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. Okay. So remember when I said at the beginning, oh, close your eyes. Don't you dare open those eyes yet. No. You can do that in just a minute. Not yet. It's so cool. I didn't know why I was asking that question. Who got what they came for? Was it worth more? And I do know why I said, there's no peer pressure here. Don't you dare fucking raise your hand because everybody else. No. We got to have honesty here. In some ways, this was the most valuable session of the program so far. Not to say the next one won't be more so. Everybody in their own way took a dump today. Everybody. So in a moment, we'll open those beautiful eyes, Carol. Just feel how soft everything is. And say a couple sentences. I don't care if you talk about strawberries on Mars. I don't care. Just listen and feel your voice and feel how different it feels inside of your body as you speak. You might say something you're happy about. Just speak. Don't matter.
I'm happy that you said that you wanted total honesty, because I don't know if I would have been able to be honest if you hadn't said that.
Good. You don't know if you would have chosen that otherwise, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
And that wasn't easy at all for me. It was hard.
Awesome. Good. Well, constipation usually is.
I know that as well.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell by the facial expressions. Maybe that's what I was seeing. I just can't help myself, and I'm not going to.
Hey, so what happens spiritually manifests physically, right?
That's exactly right.
Hence my heavy chest and difficulty breathing and constipation.
Yep. Now just feel those guts right now.
Very different.
Totally different. And let your mind know. So I want you to review this over the course of the next few days. You might even set a reminder. I don't know. Let your mind check in. How do my guts feel? Many times today before you go to sleep. And how do my guts feel now? Wow. And how do my guts feel now? Wow. And how do my guts feel now? Wow. And your mind will actually not be able to deny it. And it won't actually want to, because it'll see you're actually happy with that being the way it is. Oh, you wanted that way. You kept asking for pain and brick shit.
Oh, I know that.
We're like deer pellets.
Yeah, that's exactly. Thank you for that clarity. Keep the photo evidence to yourself. Okay. Now, breathing. Breathing. Oh, let that go. Don't you hold that in. Don't you hold, no, that's the old habit right there, keeping it in. Let it go. Now, I'm not all up for affirmations and shit. So why does everything pass through me so easily? Why do I process things even as they arise? Why do I understand life's not throwing things at me? Nothing is blindsiding me or shocking or surprising or being thrown at me. Why did I finally let it in? And why is it so easy? When I did, why suddenly do I process things? And why do I breathe so deeply and so miraculously and so passionately that no matter what does arise, I actually digest it and it passes right through me so beautifully and so amazingly? Why do I have the happiest butthole in history? Why is my life so magical? Why is everything just flowing so easily and so fun and so light and so magical? Why did I finally let this in? And when I did, why did everything change? And why is it okay for everything to change? Why is it okay for me to have easy poops if I want? Why is it easy for me to have easy digestion in every way on every category of every aspect of life? Why is it okay for me to digest what arises in my life so effortlessly, so magically? And why is it so easy for me to extract all the yummy awesomeness out of every morsel of life in every way, on every dimension? Why do I get so much more joy out of every moment that arises in my experience? Why am I embracing it now? Why is it easy? Why am I breathing like never before, even in this moment, reminding myself, why is it so easy for me to remember to breathe? And why do I breathe so easily? And why, when I let all this to go, did I find it even more easy to breathe? Where it's literally an automatic, effortless thing, and every day it becomes more effortless for me. Why did I finally let that in? And when I did, why did everything change? Why is this program quite possibly the best investment I've ever made of my time, money, and energy? And why was I the one resisting it? And why am I okay that I was? Why was that perfect too? And why did I finally let it in? And when I let it in, why did everything change? Why is it okay for me to actually allow myself to now step into the life of my dreams? Ooh, yeah. So we're going to open those eyes in just a minute. We will count from 5 to 0 just for fun. And on 0, when you open your eyes, do not fly out into the room. Do not fly out to the computer to see what are they thinking. What are they? No. We're going to stay inside and let the light actually flow in and carry me whatever information it has. 5, I'm smiling. And 4, I am breathing and continuing to breathe. 3, why is it okay for me to experience everything I desire to experience? 2, why am I absolutely okay with the fact that we're going to do the self-love next week? And this opened the door for it on an entirely new level. 1, smiling and breathing. Why is it okay for me to live the life of my dreams? 0, and open your eyes slowly and gently and let the light come in. No rushing out into the room anymore. Living life a new way now, a different way. Why is it okay for me to have all this space where there was only compacted, constricted stuff before? Why is it okay for me to allow myself wiggle room? Why can it be light and easy and fun to the point of effortless joy? Why do I know in my deepest bones this was the turning point and the beginning of innumerable turning points to a height that has no ceiling. An effortless, eternal expansion of love and joy and peace in a state of grace where nothing is carried into the next moment that I don't carry and I choose to carry less. So they say that, you know, it's not like it's not about how many breaths. It's about the moments that take your breath away. There's all those clever little meme quotes floating all over Instagram and everything. You know, it's not about the number of minutes that we put in this program. And I will say, I committed to 6 sessions, an hour apiece, giving you everything I could possibly give. And I believe the average session has been somewhere around 2.5 hours, and we're doing 7 instead of 6. And I could do that, and the program could still suck if I don't bring you 100% of everything, or if I say, well, you know, I'm going to save the really advanced stuff for the $40,000 program. Some of you may still decide to come here and do the 4 days in Hawaii with me. And I'm going to make a wild guess right now that if I asked Diane, you know, would she advise it, that she would probably nod her head yes. Is that okay? She would say yes. Okay. Now, we're going to do a lot of the same stuff here that we do in this program. And there's no comparison to being on Hawaiian lava, you know, 2 inches below the grass or whatever, where there is grass, friggin' magnetic awesomeness every second, getting in the water between sessions, using my brain machine between sessions. And I can say from my heart and soul, I give you everything I can possibly give every session, 100%. No, nothing held back, nothing toned down. And if you don't breathe, I said it on the first session, I said it on the second session, I said it on the last session, and I'll say it on the next session. You guys don't know it, but I'm saying it between sessions. Breathe, baby, breathe, baby, breathe, baby, breathe. If you came to me and said, I want the absolute highest possible health that I can possibly have, I would focus 90% of our time together on your digestion. And everything else takes care of itself. In this program, 90% of the energy is focused on your emotional digestion. Because what good is it to have me pour bucket loads of fascination on top of your constipated ass? Nothing. That's what almost every other program does. Fascinating. Wow. Did you know that the cells can think? That's nice. Why am I still living in hell? Did you know that if you lift your left knee, when you lift your right knee and bring your left knee to meet it and then alternate, it builds more connections in the brain? We're going to do that for 30 minutes while we say our affirmation, which we know is a fucking lie. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise in every way with expanding abundance flying out my anus. But if you say it 472 times, it starts to work. I'm a fucking idiot who just did the same shit again. That would be the affirmation that's actually running in the background underneath all of it. In a way, if Freedom 7 was 6 sessions of us breathing, it would be the best investment you ever made in your life. In some ways, it would. Because let's be honest, who here could still be breathing in this optimal way even more consistently, even more? Who could? And every time you do it, listen, you take an hour, you take 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. How many hours, y'all? 1 hour. 1 hour, not 2, not 10, not 50, 1 hour. And you just go and shut the door, put a sign up that says, you know, knock and die, leave me alone. Phone away, computer off. You go in the room, in the dark, in the quiet, and you put your hands on your heart, and you close your eyes, and you focus every bit of your awareness on your breath for 1 hour. It will change your life as much or more than just about anything else you could possibly do. 100% focus, not 99%. I'm talking about this right here. And if you add in a little bit of I love you on top of that, you have no idea how many universes change. Now, if that's the case, Brian, then aren't we all kind of stupid for investing money with you to do anything other than the breathing? No, because everything other than the breathing that I ever say and do with you multiplies everything else. The breathing is the fundamental foundation. If we don't get that right, if we don't get that committed, if we don't get that passionate focus, committed, I'm going to breathe like this. I'm going to set my reminder. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks or says about my reminder. If we do that, Carol, had you done that after the first session, you probably would have got 10,000 times more out of the program. But guess what? This was the way you wanted it, and it's perfect. Perfect. Did you care whether you had your breakthrough in the first minute of the first session or the last minute of the last session? Did you really care? Fuck no. I want what I'm here for. Hello? You guys have no idea what's going to happen on the next session. So, Carol, are you tech savvy? Yay or nay? Tech savvy. A little bit? Okay. Get help if necessary. Android or iPhone, find an app. There's meditation timers. There's Insight Timer is one app that I know of. Different ones work on iPhone, different ones work on Android. Some probably work on both. You go in, you find a bell that you really like. Oh, that sound. And you set it for every 15 minutes while you're awake. Every 15 minutes. That sound goes off. And when it does, nice and loud, and when it goes off, I don't give a diggity damn where you are. You go straight into the breathing again. with 100% passion, as if it was the first time you ever went into this breathing. It's never, okay, I'm starting to get it now. No, 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 no. That's the old personality saying we don't really have to change here. Okay? 100% focus. All right. I watched Rosemary's testimonial yesterday where she said, I'm in the Conscious Creation Program and I've watched the first video 30 times in 30 days. In a world where you have set it up to be reminded 472,393 times a day that you're a limited, fucked up person who needs this product under your armpits, or you'll be a social outcast, and more. In a world that you set up to give you that many reminders of your limitation and your fucked upness, don't you think it might be worth a few reminders a day otherwise? I do. Oh, that program didn't work. Bullshit. Anybody have any closing comments? Anybody got something you feel burning, yearning to share before we wrap up here? Check in. All right, baby.
I wondered about sensation-wise. What do you suggest when there's two different sensations going on at the same time? Because I had that experience, and one was like an itchiness in my head. I think it's up until now something I've done when I'm nervous or part of myself, like I'll itch. And then there was another sensation at the same time.
Let's deal with the itch first. I recommend a slightly more frequent bathing. And I'd been wanting to talk with you about that. I didn't intend to do it publicly, sweetheart, but since you've opened the door and we're being honest here.
I'll bring you in the shower with me then.
I know. Why do you think I'm suggesting it? Okay. So yeah, first thing is that it doesn't matter what the sensation is. That's the first thing. I mean, your butt might itch. You might feel like you have a nail in your foot. It can be a lot of things. Okay, so let's go a tiny little bit deeper with the second part of that. So this idea, like psoriasis, every physical issue, I don't give a diggity damn. It's all emotional. Yeah, but Brian, when I stop eating tomatoes, it goes away. Then you have an emotional issue with tomatoes. Hello, it's still emotional. I don't give a diggity damn how you slice it, how you look at it. There's something going on behind it all because there's nothing physical. The fact is, I don't give a damn if you eat shopping carts or razors or only organic tomatoes. It doesn't matter. It's all infinite, unlimited, perfect energy anyway, right? So it doesn't matter what the symptom is. That is something telling you something. When you're feeling two sensations at the same time and you're doing this work, the thing to do is feel which one is the most intense. And that's going to be a fluid thing. So I'll tell you what happened during one spell break that I was doing. I've witnessed this with others too. In fact, it happened to an extent with Diane. I've had a situation where I went into the physical sensation in myself very early on. And literally, after being in my gut for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, it literally started like a snake, like literally doing this. It went up, a little bit slower than I'm doing, but not really that slow. It moved to my chest, it moved around, and I just went and tracked right along with it and followed it physically the whole time. So that's why I say it's only got two options. It's either going to dissolve and diminish, or it's going to relocate and dissolve and diminish. Sometimes the relocation, I don't like too much explanation when I'm working with someone, so I keep it simple. I'm giving you a little bit more elaboration right now. Sometimes it jumps to the other location. Sometimes it teleports, you know. Sometimes you feel like, oh man, it's almost gone. It's almost gone. Oh fuck, now it's in my head. It's really intense. And it goes back to 100%. Sometimes it moves in a serpentine thing. One sensation will always be more intense. Always focus on that one.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, so I did that. I went to the one that had the greater sensation, and then the other one was still there. So then I went to that one, and so I was kind of just wherever it was, I was following it, and it was at different places at my body. So I allowed myself to just flow with that.
Awesome. And something that's really awesome about that is when somebody has they're in one of their moments, they're doing their thing, they're doing a spell break, and it moves. Now, being in one place like your back, Carol, something that was that intense and that strong, man, there's no telling how much of your life is going to be different. I can promise you this. You're going to literally go moment to moment. You're going to go into a situation that has always held upset and blah, 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 blah. And you're literally going to almost start to brace yourself for the coming upset that you know is always there. And you're going to go, fuck, it ain't there. Right, Rosemary? They just ain't there. Okay? How awesome is that? And I've also noticed that when someone has one that moves around a lot during the spell break, it changes so many things in their lives because each one of them is one of the rocks between them and freedom. And I mean, boop, 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 dissolve, 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 dissolve. And you guys notice how quickly the chest one disappeared on her? That back one was like grinding, grinding, grinding. But her whole system went, oh, that's what we're doing? Oh, fuck, here's the next one. And it brought up her chest, and that one went fast. Yeah. Anything else? Andrea.
Yes, sir.
I unmuted you. Oh, shit. All right, you're unmuted.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm here. What do I really want to say? I've been here with you for just about 3 years now. And I knew this was it for me when I first saw you. I met you in person. It was at a in-person event in California. So we met in person right away. So that was a no-brainer. I have also been part of 2 Conscious Creators programs, 12-week sessions. And that was fun and it was great. And I can't really say I felt a relief because now, looking at it from my standpoint now, I think I felt all the junk coming up. And once I became part of this Conscious Creators program, not this one we're in right this minute, but the Conscious Creators program, and really started to partake in it, I noticed, I mean, that was one of the revelations that, hey, stuff came up, and instead of maybe going to the website that I had available or looking over the webinars that I've been part of, I chose to, up until then, to just stare in it, honestly, So this was my process. And once the Conscious Creators program came along, I knew I wanted to be part of it. I also felt up until then, sometimes I had resistance I wasn't always live on the programs. I'm like, I don't have time. No, I got stuff to do. So now I make the time as much as I could with this program. So have I had the conscious coffee breaks available? Yes, for 2 years. When am I partaking in them? Now.
Yeah.
Have I had all the breathing videos available? Yes. When am I partaking in them? Now. When am I rewatching all of the sessions that I have available? Now. Now is the time. For the past few weeks, maybe a couple of months, that I do something with level 5 every day. every day. And when I don't, I have the feeling that I have when I don't go to the gym, when I want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. Or if I don't work out for a week, I've worked out all my life. It's part of me. So when I don't, it's like, oh, why do I feel so bad? Why is this, that? So it's become like that for me, that by doing something with Conscious Creators every day, I feel now when I don't, that I feel a certain disconnect. And when I have an upset, it seems like, oh yeah, let me just plug into a module or do the morning or night thing, or just play a webinar in the background, or fall asleep with a webinar. So it's really, and whenever I done public speaking before, I way back when I had a fitness business and wellness and nutrition and whatnot, one thing that's always been very important to me was, how do I come across? How do I really come across and deliver well enough to people can absorb it? But the absorption part is up to everybody by themselves, you know, and that's really what came out of today's session, partly as well. We have to allow ourselves to absorb it, just like if we choose to let the money in. So we have to let this in too. It has to be let in on our own, within our, you know, egg, or whatever you want to call it, our body, our aura, whatever you want to call it. And that's the thing that was missing up until now with the level 5 stuff. And when I decided to go this step into the level 7 one, I didn't have the funds at the time. I really did not, or thought I didn't. And I made up my mind, and I did 2 days of one of the money, spell break money videos. I had made up my mind. I really wanted to be in this program. It just had my name on it. So the money showed up after 48 hours in a weird way, but it showed up. Okay. So I created that. And why? Because I wanted to be in it. And I said last week, you know, when we had our homework, I said, you know what, you guys, I'm here for it all. I'm here to get the most out of it that I came here for. Yes. And I did have a major breakthrough that came totally out of left field that I didn't expect. So I did have mine. And, you know, so I just wanted to relate that to anybody who's looking at this or think it's not working. It is a two-way street. We have to do our part. And what do we have to do? We have to be open and receptive to let it in. And that's, I'm getting it now. And this is why I'm getting so much right now. So
beautiful.
That's it. Soapbox end, the end.
Thank you, Andrea. Beautiful.
You're welcome.
All right, now I saw Carol's hand went up before you, Diane, so you are next. Carol, what you got? First of all, did everyone notice over the last few minutes how consistently Carol's breathing? Has anyone noticed that besides me? I was actually about to type it into the chat, but Andrea finished. So, guys, when you watch the replay, okay, you're watching the replay right now, right? Yeah, you're watching the replay. Okay, so while you're watching the replay, just back up a couple minutes and watch while Andrea's talking. Carol, for the first time ever, is really breathing, and it's really obvious and it's evident. Nothing's doing this. There is no look of, I just bit a dead rat in her, there's none of that look on her face. And everything is soft. That's amazing. Okay, Carol, go please.
Actually, all I wanted to say was that I thought I was breathing deep before, and I wasn't even coming close to breathing deep.
Yeah.
That was the one thing. And now I can't wait to go back and look at some of those earlier ones to see my face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Last week I was very sick and I fell asleep. But that was something different.
Well, it was caused by the same, okay, you know, how you gonna be healthy breathing like that and with that much clogged up stuff in your system? And that's where almost everybody is. So when you watch those sessions now, breathing like this, what did I literally? That was the first thing I challenged you with. Was once you said I could grab you by the throat, you go back and watch the first 2 sessions breathing like this, and tell me. And I'm being totally egoic. I love my fucking all those people saying egos are bad. That's their ego talking. Yeah. Anyway, you go back, and I'm telling you, those first 2 sessions are more valuable in transformational, liberational, life-changing content than any $3, $5, $10,000 course or program I have ever personally seen. Now, it is my shit, so I might be biased, but hey, you watch them breathing and see what happens. Okay, all right, Rosemary, you're right after Diane.
I wanted to say that I've been working with Brian for a few days now, and I have been chasing this one tightness, tension, pain, numbness, whatever, all over that I've had. It's down the back, hip, chasing it, or it's just been there, like this dull ache. And until we went through that with Carol, thank you very, very much. And also with just what the lady said in terms, I forgot your name. Andrea. I'm sorry. What Andrea said in terms of partaking. I made a slight shift in participation and partook a little bit more than I've had. It was just like one of those, what do I have to lose? It's a safe environment. Everybody loves me. I love everybody there. Let's go for it. It's gone. And this has been with me for a while. And who knows what it's changed everywhere else. And it's just, I stuck with it knowing that it had to go at some point. It wasn't up to me to know when, but the shift happened along with you. And that was just, how do I say, it was just, I gave up a part of trying to figure it out. Part of me went away at that point, and when I realized that, it was, OMG, let's go diving for this one. And I did, and it's gone, and it was right along with you, and thank you, and you're beautiful, and thank you. And thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yowza. What you got, Rosemary?
We did that spell break on the very first session about why is it okay to just be me, and why is it okay to just want what I want. And when you were saying that to Carol, I was thinking, there's nothing more liberating than that, at least in my experience, because since that point, as I've breathed that in and given myself the experience of just doing what I want to do and being okay with it and stopping the I have to stay because I should, or because I paid so many thousands of dollars to be in this program, and now I'm hearing stuff that I don't want to put in my consciousness anymore. It's just so liberating to just go, well, fine, then you do what you want to do. It's okay to do what you want to do. Wouldn't we all have loved to have been taught that when we were born, right? Because that's been our biggest problem. There's something wrong with you and you can't have what you want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep, and you better do this thing that will make everybody else approve of you.
Yeah, exactly.
On top of that, don't do what
on top of that.
Don't do what you want to do, because that's fucked up. But do what they want you to do.
Yeah, yeah, and even with all of the gazillions of programs I've gone through, there's always been a base message that you have to fix yourself. There's something wrong with you, and if you fix that, then you'll be okay. And this is all about, no, just be you. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing wrong with you.
Thank you, honey.
That's revolutionary.
All right, now check this out. It is. Thank you, baby. All right, now listen to this. Renita, I know your hand is up. Bookmark it. I want you to bring that out in a minute. I want to say something Very controversial now. Was there more, Rosemary? I got the feeling. Okay, I had the feeling that was it. Okay, so listen to this. No stranger to controversy am I. Okay. I see that the vast majority of personal dev programs do say there's something to fix. Okay, huge majority. There are a few, especially recently, much more, shall we say, spiritual approaches that actually don't say that. I've seen a couple of them. They kind of are acknowledging the oneness, and they lack tools to actually affect the now we're all going to sit around and talk about how everything's perfect. But where's the tools for actually dealing with the shit? No, we're supposed to smile and say, yeah, everything's great. Everything's perfect. Come on, of course it's perfect. We're all one. So we have either these practical, ultra practical mindset approach systems from goal setting all the way up that prove that there's self-improvement. It's all based in self-improvement. You mean the self that's infinite, unlimited, and perfect can be improved? That introduces toxicity right at the start. Or we have airy-fairy, flowery bullshit that we're all supposed to pretend everything's okay just because we know we're perfect. If that's the case, go eat the cyanide pill and show me that it doesn't affect you. I know and you know that on some level we can eat a cyanide pill and it will have no effect. But you better deal with your shit between you and that before you do it. No, just focus on the positive. Oh, would you tell me what's positive? Are you the authority on that one? So I'm just dissolving the last traces of all that bullshit here. Okay. Thank you for the liberty. You are unmuted, lovely Renita. I was wanting to ask you a question anyway, so I'm glad your hand went up.
Okay.
God damn, look at that smile. Who is that? Who? Okay, now I am going to ask my question first. Can I do that before you
Yes, you can.
You know what? I'm gonna reserve it. I'm gonna hold myself in reserve against my will for just a moment. I want to hear, because you might answer it before I ask it. What you got to say?
Okay. Well, I just want to share that I've been sharing the breathing with my daughter, and that's where we went today. And so she has been sharing it with her 6-year-old son, and he has picked up on this, and he will not go to bed or go to sleep until they've done their breathing. And her husband just sits there and rolls his eyes, she said. But she noticed the other night that even he was starting to do the breathing.
Oh, we are sneaky devils, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. But her son had gotten a sliver in his finger, and the first time she was able to get it out without any problem, and she told him just to breathe. Well, the next time he got a sliver in his finger, he would not let her touch it. Every time she got close with the needle or the tweezers, he'd pull it away and start screaming and hollering and everything. And I said, oh, that sounds familiar. My kids did the same thing. And so she took him out to the garage where her husband was and said, would you get this out? And while he was getting the sliver out of Garrett's finger, she was holding his hand and having him breathe. And Brant says, it's all done. And Garrett says, what? It's all done? And so that focusing on, and what you said today with the emotional and stuff, it really brought everything to home with some of the things that's been going on. And since we've been doing all this traveling, I've been able to concentrate more on my breathing. And so today, coming home from Omaha, it was so funny. I decided I wanted to see what I could contribute to the drivers on our side of the interstate. And so all of them, as we go by, I'd wave at them. Only one of them looked at me.
And Jerry says, why are you waving at those truckers and stuff? They don't look very inviting. And I said, he was afraid they were going to follow him home, I guess.
Yeah.
And I said, well, they need contribution too. So I said, I'm just contributing. And so all that breathing and stuff has definitely made a difference. And
it has made a monumental. Do you guys see her? Is anybody else freaking out besides me? Is like, do you guys see that? Do you hear her voice? Okay, now.
Renita, you look 30 years younger.
It's like, it's
thank
cool.
you.
It's
Seriously.
It is amazing beyond amazing. Okay, so listen here, honey. We got to talk. So you have been breathing.
Yes.
You have been breathing. There's no question. Not only that, but you started speaking your truth to people. You started stepping up and actually saying what you think and what you feel and what you want, didn't you?
Yes, I have.
And you're not taking bullshit either, are you?
No.
Okay, you guys remember that?
Notice, my husband left me. He went to a ball game without me.
Uh-huh.
So.
And you don't really give a shit.
No.
No, you don't give a shit. Okay. So what if what you want is totally okay? It looks to me like it is. It looks to me like what you want is okay. And what he wants is okay.
Yes.
And if he thinks what you're doing is weird and what the fuck, who cares?
Right.
Who cares? And you letting that go to the extent that you have reverse aged 30 years. That smile is completely different. I mean, it's not even similar. This is the good shit right here, man. This is why I do what I do when I could be fishing. I actually don't like fishing. But anyway, wow, Renita, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, my God. Oh, I had muted you. Say that again. Say that again. I'm
I said I wouldn't miss these sessions for anything.
I see it. I'm going to make a wild guess that you watch some of the replays too, don't you?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
I'll bet you even breathe while you're watching them.
I do. I do.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Renita.
You're welcome.
Wow. Wow. Whoa. Wow. What? Damn. Keep breathing, Carol, because it only goes awesomer from here. And then you'll encounter some shit. But it's not actually shit. It's the next child saying, hey, while we're doing this whole liberation thing, excuse me, I'm here too. And we forget, and we think it's something bad, and we resist. And then we get faster and faster and faster. Oh, wait. Something unpleasant? That's my baby showing up and saying, excuse me, I would like to be liberated too. How would you like to have these resources back? Oh, yeah. Oh, the Freedom7 little Facebook community is going to be buzzing this week. All right. The next session is our last session. And that's not bad news. It's kind of commencement. When you graduate from one of those places where most people waste 4, 8, or 12 years or whatever. It's going to be amazing. What I want to encourage you to do, we're coming up on 3 hours, y'all. What I want to encourage you to do is get your journal where you wrote all of your love stuff. You have notes about what they said that was painful and hurtful. And we know it wasn't, but that was our perception. So let's just use that language and honor the mind's stuff, okay? You got that page of all the shit that hurt and stunk and was sad and mean and nasty. And I want you to review that and just look at it from this new awareness that you've gained just today, for God's sake. Look at it. Whoa, you might remember a couple other things that were said. Write them down. You might also become aware, well, you know what? That shit hurt me so bad, and it was so painful for me to write that down, and I'm looking at it a week later, and I don't really give a shit. It's kind of funny. Whatever. Be aware, be present, and be breathing. Okay, then read through all of your love stuff that you wrote to yourself. Read through all that. And as you do, with presence, and someone say it for me, Carol, breathing. Breathing as you go through it. You might as well get everything you came for, right? As you read that love note of what your perfect parent says to you, and as you read what your perfect lover says to you, and as you read what your perfect you says to you, as you read it, just see, does that sentence really matter? Scratch that one. I already got that. Oh, but that one, oh man, wait, I could add 2 words and delete 1 word, and that would really, that would touch me with so much love and acceptance. And I don't know who this is for. I have a suspicion. I'm just going to interrupt myself and say this. If there's someone in your life who speaks disrespectfully to you or demeaningly or with disregard, if anything like that happens in your life, yes, I'm talking to you. You know it. If that happens, if you will give yourself this love that I'm talking about, you will be utterly, totally, and completely immune instantaneously to whatever they say. It won't even matter anymore. At which point, they will begin to no longer feel that they need to respond to the sign on your forehead that says disregard and disrespect me, because it ain't there so much anymore. Now back to our commercial already in progress. So as you read through those and you take a word out and you add a word and maybe you add a sentence, then you get over to your complete list and just see, well, yeah, I don't really need that one, but I can underline that one. That one goes at the top. This one goes at the end. And then you write your love poem to yourself. Doesn't matter how it's structured. Series of sentences, organized as a paragraph, turned into a poem, as long as it maintains 100% of its juice on all those areas that make you feel the most loved and adored and cherished and seen and honored and respected and appreciated and valued. And who's saying it to you? The infinite perfect parent, the infinite perfect lover. So bring them up, channel them into your presence. They're the ones saying it. How would they say it? You know, your ultimate perfect love partner is in front of you, and you guys are about to make love, and they say, I'm going to touch you now. No, baby. It's, oh, baby. Right? Right, Davey? Uh-huh. So,
Can I say something?
Please do.
When I wrote my ultimate perfect love partner, it was everything you say to me.
Aww.
I just wanted to share. I told you that, but I wanted to share.
Thank you, baby. For those who wonder, does he actually live that shit, you know?
He does with his children and everything. It's beautiful.
That is the highest testimonial in the universe. And I'll give you the $20 I promised you in just a minute. Thank you, Davey. That's beautiful. And thank you, Diane. That's it. Breathing enough to be present enough to actually live this in those connections. Nobody can upset me anymore. They're the ones who used to show up to attempt to upset me just don't even really feel like doing it as much anymore. What's the point? He's just going to smile and love me. You love yourself in this way, and you will begin to realize that the universe, which is you, always did. All that hate and all that criticism and all that demeaning, degrading harshness that ever came to you was yourself loving you. In the form of, excuse me, I'm revealing to you that you believe this about yourself, you stupid fucking bitch. That's all it ever was. It was you. He was you. She was you. You set that shit up. Ain't no victims here. And it's the funniest thing. The more you love yourself, the less they feel the need to do it. You are turning off the sign that says, kick me. And you start to say, when those unpleasant things happen, you realize it's not an unpleasant thing. I'm feeling an unpleasant feeling in response to this thing that's happened. Thank you for arising for me to notice that feeling in myself and resolve and dissolve that child that was frozen. And that's all it ever is. How do you know? Look at Renita. Oh, damn. Look at Carol. I don't know who the hell that is. That's not the woman that got on the webinar 3 hours ago. So go through all of the stuff that you've written. What a miracle that we now have another week to really milk that and fine tune it and get all the yummy, juicy out of that love list. Okay? And turn it into the ultimate paragraph. Feel free every day to go back and revise and revise and revise. Couldn't be better. This is the awesomest thing ever. And how did I miss having 7 sessions in Freedom? How did I miss that? It just I had 6 sessions. What the fuck was that? 7 sessions, duh. Thank you, universe. I'm sorry I missed that, but thank you. Next week. Ooh, let me see. I want to advise everybody right now. Here's a little tease. I'm going to let the kitty cat out of the bag just a little bit. Just a little peek out of the bag. Do you use Android or iPhones? Everybody has one of those. Nobody has like the old shit with buttons, right? They still make those, I think. Oh, that's right. This guy. No. Okay, iPhone or Android, must have, okay? Learn how to, record a video on your phone if you don't know how. Andrea, that message is not for you, my dear. I see you. Okay, everybody learn how to make a video on your phone. Simple, simple, simple. Number 2, learn how to record a voice memo on your phone, okay? Extra credit. Those of you who are extra awesome, find an app, and if you will, this would be a great thing that you could do. Post in Freedom7 an app for iPhone and or an app for Android. I'm sure we have both represented in this group that will allow you to take an audio clip and then loop it. So that, like, let's say you have a 1-minute audio recording, you could loop it for an hour so that minute plays over and over and over. You want extra credit. Find out how. I'm cheating. This is going to save me time. Find an app that will let you actually make a multi-track recording on iPhone and Android so that you could put your loop, your 1-minute audio loop, in and actually add a music track behind it. Okay, these are things you can easily do with computer software. Right now I'm saying for us to do this on our phones because it's the fastest and simplest way. Okay, otherwise there's going to be more steps involved. So how to make a simple video on your phone, how to make an audio recording of your voice on your phone, and then how to either or make that recording of your voice loop for an hour or more, and or how to add that loop with another track with music behind it. Okay? And next week, y'all, we're going to have some fun. And the Freedom7 program will actually start next session. So if you thought this shit was awesome, just wait. I love you. 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 I love you.
Computer died. Give them our love.
All right. The computer battery died. They're sending love, and they're sending love. Back and forth. Back and forth. Have the best day, the best week ever. And let's keep that, our little Facebook group buzzing this week. Okay. All of your updates, all of your wins, all your progresses. Aloha.